Uncovered. Denver's got to take advantage of it. Go quick to Wheaton. Comes over for the 26. With a new starting point coming up for the Steelers at the 38. 12-yard return on a 48-yard punt.
Hey folks, a little late getting the start of this game. I'm sorry about that. It's like the players have had 4 turns, I think. It's like Stab was going to take care of. Dark Confident.
Arizona advance as of yesterday. Carolina today over Seattle. Top 2 seeds in the NFC are all set.
Someone didn't check the option that lets you see the player's hands.
He dumps it off to State on Miller's over there. Plays on the 1. Look at this game so far. What have we learned? Okay, first off, Ben Roethlisberger, you asked me before.
Alright, so Yuuki didn't play anything.
It looks great, like it always does. The wide receiver question, that's kind of an answer.
Carney's milled a few cards. Looks like breaking and entering resolved to mill 8. So here's a vulture, a zombie.
They have not taken advantage of big situations so far.
Countered by Convolute.
Early contact from Trevathan. Gary Kubiak and the Broncos staff tried to ignore the fact that Antonio Brown.
Well, here's Mirko Vosk. So this hits the opponent and mills till they hit 4 lands. So potentially quite good. Carney's gonna need to find something.
This is what they wanted. Let's see if we can make him hold it, read the defense just for a little bit. And that time he did. Look at the crosser coming across the field. Well covered.
Alright, so here's land number 6. He's gonna need something good here. Golgari, Grave Troll. That's big. It's a 7/7. But it's not going to stop Mirko Vosk. No, we didn't play anything, so presumably he has nothing, because if he had a removal spell, he would have cast it. The opponent tapped out. It does get interesting that Carney has some graveyard synergies that could get enabled by him getting milled. I think this might be Mirko Vosk's first hit of the event. I could be wrong. He mills a forest. Mills another forest. And a swamp. He milled 4 lands in a row. Guess that's about as good as you can get. Yuuki casts Junk Stroller, so it's an 06. Just gonna get in the way. Well, Carney definitely got a break there. Let's see if he can take advantage of it. 4 or 5 mana. Vraska the Unseen, that's pretty good. I assume that's going to take out the Junk Troller, or the Burko Vosk. And here's an attack for 7. A Junk Troller could get in the way. It will. Just has to put a card in a graveyard at the bottom of a player's library. Alright, so here's Undercity Informer. So it's going to slow the beats. It's just saying tapping of mana. So Yuuki left up black, which maybe signals something. And step, oh, he's going to last gasp. And presumably the Undercity Informer is going to get sacked. Carney did tap out, so if Yuuki has a removal spell at her spots, it's going to be pretty good. I know he just sacks them both. All in. He's going to mill till he hits 2 lands. And he hit the Dark Blast. And Thrill Kill Assassin, Forest, Ultimate Price, just not good anyway. Molder Vine Cloak. It's going to be close. Overgrown soon. So there's 9 cards left in the library. I think this might signal that Yuuki could just have Glimpse the Unthinkable in hand. Because that was a pretty aggressive play to sack the Jug Troller. Because, like, it's worth a turn. I thought he might have, like, a Doomblade or something in response. Or Go for the Throat. Yeah, Doomblade's on the format. A Go for the Throat is reasonable. No, it's not. That's not the format either. Yeah, I guess it's Ultimate Price, which is in Carney's deck. Some kind of 2-mana removal spell. Carney could dredge the Moldervine Cloak here. If he somehow has another pump effect, he can win, possibly. But if he doesn't have another pump effect, then he's probably just draw. Looks like he just drew a card. It's down to 8. Here comes a Grave Troll. Yuuki falls to 6. Not knowing what's in their hand does make it more suspenseful. 3, 4. Oh, he's got Jared. Fling the troll for the win. Yep. Doing it. That was a pretty sick draw. Carney wins game 1. Hasn't won a round since round 1 of the tournament, but looking to play spoiler here. Yeah, this game basically meaningless for Carney. He has been eliminated. But Yuuki has to win this match and get some help. Looks like they're going to remake the game for us so that we can see the hands this time. So if Carney wins, that actually just if Carney wins, that's it. The playoffs are going to be Smith and Hunter are locked already, and then it's right now me, Dom, and Chris and Yuuki playing for the last 2 spots. So Chris and I definitely benefit from Carney playing spoiler here. And that would make my match with Harry not relevant. Alright, you should be able to see both players' hands this time. Yuki's on the play. He has a fine hand. He's got Bob, Florebreaker, Dimir, Charm, Balustrade, Spy, and 3 lands. Carney with some gas. He basically needs to hit land number 3. So he's got 2 lands, Civic Wayfinder to get the 4th land. He's got Vraska and a couple of 4-drops. This hand's a bit slow. So he's definitely looking to hit either a Signet or a 3rd mana source before his 3rd turn. And he draws Stab Wound, which I do like. I think that's a very good card in this matchup. Most of Yuki's creatures are small and die to it. Yuuki there with the option. I think he just plays Bob. Yeah. You get that card advantage going. He can play Dimir Aqueduct later. He can play it next turn and just play another 2-drop or leave up Dimir Charm. Corpse Jack Menace a draw. Carney getting a little bit of trouble. He's going to have to hit his land on his next draw step. Bob reveals a land and draws a land. So I expect he will cast... I don't know, he plays the land number 3. So he just plays an untapped swamp. I guess he could wait a while in his Aqueduct. He has 2 more untapped mana. He does cast the Lorebreaker. I'm not really sure what good leaving up a black does here. Like, I think I just get my top land into play, but unlikely to matter too much. Bob chips in for 2. Alright, here is a big draw step. And he got there. He hits the forest. I guess he now has to decide... He probably just wants to Stab Wound Bob now. There's an argument to just play the Wayfinder now, because he doesn't want it to get countered. So either line is defensible, but I think I like this better. At least the Lorebreaker gives you cards. And even though he's playing against a mill deck, he has 30 cards in library. He probably is okay with some cards as well. Oh, his Kodak Shredder could change that. Yuuki now is going to play the Aqueduct and leave up Dimir Charm, it looks like. And leave up Lorebreaker, obviously. If Carney hits a land, I can see an argument for just slamming the Corpse Jack Menace. He'll have an interesting decision. If he misses a land, obviously he has to cast a Wayfinder because he can't cast anything else. Overgrown Tomb. So he hits line number 4. Definitely has some options. I don't think I even like the Scorpion in this matchup. I'll probably board that out. That's what he's playing. This may be... That's getting Dimir Charmed again. I would say this may be an attempt to bait out removal. I think he may not have wanted to play his best strat immediately. It is interesting, though. It's going to be a similar situation. Codex Shredder is going to keep making this Grave Troll better. Like, Yuki's going to need to find a counterspell. And there's Stinkweed Imp. Gets milled. Lore Broker activated. Yuuki draws Undercity Informer. Discards a Swamp. Carney found Lotless Troll. Discards the Decoy, which I agree with. I don't think that card's very great here. Probably don't have time to go Scavenge onto it. If he draws a land, he could go Lotless Troll, Scavenge the Scorpion onto it, but that just makes a 4/3. He draws another land. He's definitely flooding a bit here. A little Lore Broker helps with that, for sure. Balustrade Spy. There's a mill until he hits a land. Desecration Demon. Which is pretty good in this matchup. There's not a lot of creatures sacrificed. Golgari Signet, technically not a land, and then Forest are milled. There's land number 5. There is also the possibility of Vraska kill the spy, and Vraska does survive. You can play the troll as a 4/4, but I think he's better playing the troll with 1 mana up. So I think... Let's see. So yeah, he could go Vraska, kill the spy. This is an interesting turn. He could play the Wayfinder and the Lotless Troll, or he could play the Corpse Jack Menace and just leave up a mana. I don't really hate any of those. It turns out it's probably in his best interest to play Vraska, because we know about Undercity Informer. But he probably is playing around more than just the 1 card. Alright, so it's the troll, it looks like. He's gonna mill. Mill's Dead Reveler. I think we're almost certainly going to see the Wayfinder get pitched. Yuuki draws Trial and Error, discarding an island. Carney draws Swamp. Probably discarding Swamp. Well, maybe not. He actually maybe should keep the Swamp. No, he discards it. Yeah, that might be right. He's probably going to find another land. At some point, he's going to want to cast this with a mana, the troll with a mana up. Muddle the Mixture is not bad. So Yuuki could transmute this and find Glimpse the Unthinkable. Mill him for 10. It's certainly an option. He's not going to do that. He's going to cast the Undercity Informer. This play is probably a lot safer. Seal of Doom, which could kill Lore Broker, I guess. So Vraska's a lot less appealing now. I think I would cast Corpse Jack Menace now and try to go big with this troll. You can play Corpse Jack Menace, pitch the Wayfinder. So you have a 4/3 that regenerates, and then next turn you can play this enormous troll. And hopefully between your draw and the Lore Broker. Except Error's going to counter it, so that didn't quite work out. Had this worked, he would have had a potentially a 12/12 Grave Troll. I definitely like Yuuki's position now, so he's going to mill with Kodak Shredder, hits Thrill, Kill Assassin, Lore Broker, hits a Swamp, Carney hits Vulture, Zombie. Yeah, so he pitches the Wayfinder. And now Mind Grind is the draw. So he can Mind Grind for 4, because the Aqueduct makes 2 mana. Or he can Muddle for a Glimpse and leave 1 activation of Undercity Informer. I enjoy how Yuuki randomly chips in for damage, even though he never wins that way. But if he finds an attack, he usually makes it, which is entertaining to me for some reason. You never know. I won't be surprised if we won some game through damage at some point this season. I don't remember. Ultimate price is the draw. Alright, so he is going for the troll. Troll's an 8/8. I don't hate this. I think it's probably going to be too little too late. But I think Carney realizes he's enough on the back foot that he just needs to go for it and hope Yuuki has nothing. This Kodak Shredder does work. Slowly but surely. Yeah, he just naturally drew Glimpse the Unthinkable. That seems pretty good. Alright, so he's transmuting. Should probably pay mana for that. Oh, he's discarding it to Lore Broker. I was like, wait a minute, you can't. Yeah, transmutes only works as a sorcery. I think Carney correctly discarding Braska here. It doesn't do enough now. Let's see. So he can Mind Grind for 3 and cast Glimpse and activate Lore Broker. That's probably good enough. He can look at what gets milled also, and then to see how many lands are left. It's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's actually a lot of lands left in the deck. And still like 8 lands out of 15 cards. Alright, he's milled Forest, Swamp, Forest, Graveshell, Scarab, Forest, Last Gasp, Jared, Swamp, Dragmangler, Swamp. So we did hit a lot of lands there. Kodak Shredder. Mills Verals. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We know there's a land in hand. If Yuuki knew there was a land in hand, he could get there right now. No, I think he still does it, because he can activate Lore Broker. And has a draw step. So yeah, I think he just does it here. Yeah, he's sacrificing creatures instead. Basically the same thing. I think he's going to get there. And that'll do it. Swag though was a little late there. Me on the bottom of the library, not that great. We are going to game 2. Sideboarding happened very quickly. It looks like neither player changed their sideboarding because we're already going to game 3. You can see that milling out a graveyard deck is somewhat hazardous, is the moral of the story. Carney certainly has a mulligan here. Yuuki's hand, I think, is good, but it actually may not be as good as it looks. Carney's 7 or 6 is pretty great. He's got turn 4 Vulture Zombie, turn 3, or he's got Signet into Wayfinder and the Vulture Zombie, which seems great. This hand mills half the deck, but doesn't do anything else, and he does need a second blue for cancel. All right, Undercity Informer definitely helps. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. Again, milling the mill deck is always risky. So, I wonder if, milling the graveyard deck is a bit risky. Milling mill deck might also be risky, but that's not a thing that can happen in this format. We don't know, obviously, how the players sideboarded. Alright, so we've got a turn 2 Golgari Signet. No surprise there. Yuuki does hit the second blue. And he's casting, interestingly, he's casting Breaking and not casting Glimpse, even though Glimpse is strictly better, as far as I'm aware. Gonna mill 10. Mills 8. He hits 6 lands, the last gaps, and a Jared.
And welcome back to our video studio and the Verizon halftime. If you have Verizon, US football in the palm of your hand. Watch every 2015 NFL playoff game live on NFL Mobile, only on Verizon. I'm James Brown, along with my guys Tony Coach Park, and going to score at halftime in Denver. Steelers leading it. Midget Cup 10-9.
All those land pockets, alright. I expect Carney will play this overgrown team and cast the Civic Wayfinder. Here's the Wayfinder. It's going to be interesting. Yuuki is going to be tempted, I imagine, to play this Undercity Informer, since it matches up very well against the Wayfinder. But that, he definitely wants to cancel this Vulture Zombie, so see what he draws and what he does. He found a Swamp. So plays Island. All right, he is casting. Oh, he's casting Glimpse the Unthinkable. I think he tapped too many manas. It's worth noting that Seal of Doom and Ultimate Price both do not kill Mirko Vosk, so that may come up here. This could be a close finish. Alright, Mill, Stab Wound, Drag Mangler, Clear Shell Scarab, Golgari, Grave Troll, Vraska, Abrupt Decay, Thrill Colossus, and Forest. Think we didn't. Virals. So only hit one land there. And a lot of gas. Carney could dredge Stinkweed Imp. He could dredge Grave Troll. Those seem bad. He's got a Scavenge creature. It costs 5. I think he should just probably draw a card and cast the zombie. And attack for 2. He's dredging the troll. Okay, that's aggressive, but he wants an enormous dude. He has an 8/8. This is an aggressive line. He may be trying to set up like a attack Jared flank turn. I don't think he has enough mana for that though. This is super ballsy. I kind of like it actually, even though I'm not sure if it's correct. Yuuki draws the land. Cast Undercity Informer. Alright, here's a draw step. Molder Vine Cloak. He could go ultimate price, Molder Vine Cloak, attack you for 13. That would take regeneration down. But he only has 6 cards left in his library. He may just have to go for it. Ultimate price. This is going to mill in response. Obviously. Scorpion. Corpse Shack Menace. Uh-oh. Forest, down to 3. He could also cast Seal of Doom, but I don't think that's... Why isn't he casting Molder Vine Cloak? Oh, so he's casting the Seal instead. See, I think if he casts the Cloak on the Wayfinder, then he has 2 lethal attackers next turn. So that was probably better. Although the troll is lethal, anyway. Transmute. He could still cloak up the Wayfinder, though. This is such an interesting game. I assume there's a 2-mana removal spell, or he would not have done this.
No turnovers right now. They need to go no huddle, and on the other side, don't wake up and keep getting up. I got 2 knockouts, 2 the best of the business. No real #1 in Pittsburgh. I'm keeping up all day. I think the Pittsburgh jump away from where we're keep this game being short right now. Take your shots down the field, and I think again, I think the difference this game will come down to.
So, assuming that Yuki's gonna find a kill spell and kill the troll, Carney's gonna untap and draw, go down to 2 cards. He's going to then have the option of either casting the Vulture or Zombie or casting the Molder Vine Cloak. I think it's going to be tempting. Yuki said in chat 1 second checking a rule. So, we can... Whoops, wrong deck list. Real quick, look at what he might have. Not much. Devour Flesh doesn't do it? I'm not actually sure what he's getting. Maybe Away doesn't do it? Yeah, I don't know what he has. I don't know if he has... He has a 3-mana rule spell. He could cast... I was going to say he could get far and bounce the troll, but he doesn't have blue mana for that. Yeah, the converted mana cost of Far and Away is not 2 anyway. It's 5, because you have to add both halves. So that's not an option. I actually do not know what he's getting here. Dimir, Charm, Devour Flesh. Yeah, I don't see it. You can get any card. Oh, he could get a creature. Maybe I'm missing that. I was just looking at instants and sorceries. He get a creature. He just get a chump blocker. He get like hover barrier. He's something that can block an 8/8. I mean, he's got a bunch of walls. Like he could certainly buy a turn. He could go get a Murmuring Phantasm or something and survive the turn. Whoops. Oh no, Yuuki just scooped while we were looking at the deck list. So that was a pretty sick dredge. Mad props there. That was not the line I would have taken, but it worked. So that does it. So Yuuki drops his last 2, and his playoff's going to be Smith, Hunter, me, and Chris. I don't think we have anyone. Carney's like hangouts are screwed up. I don't think we have anyone to interview either. So I think that might just be the end of the broadcast for today. That was a very exciting match. And yeah, so Carney finishes 2 and 5, and Yuuki finishes 3 and 4. They will both miss the playoffs. I think that's going to be it. Thank you all for watching.